everyone, how are you all? Welcome to the class. Dear students, today we will discuss about the kingdom Animalia, which is very important topic of the biological diversity. So here eukaryotic, multicellular and heterotrophic organisms are there in kingdom Animalia. Okay, and most animals are mobile, that means they can move from place to place, and they have locomotory organs also for the movement, and in these organisms cell don't have cell wall. Okay, so this one is the difference between animals and plant cells, that animal cells they don't have cell wall, but in cell wall is present in plant cell. Animal cells they have centrosome, but plant cell have not the centrosome. In animal cell cytokinins takes place by furrow method, that means like this groups will be there, and after that it will divided into two cells, and in plant cells cell plate is formed there. Okay, now nutrition, generally animals are heterotrophic and plants are autotrophics because they have chlorophyll and they can prepare their own food. And in animals stored food is generally glycogen, and in plants stored food is generally starch. These are very important. And locomotion, animals more with the help of cilia, flagella. Students, animal move with the help of cilia, flagella, tentacles or limbs, and plants are generally stationary, that means they cannot move from one place to another place. And sense organs are present there, and sensory receptors are present there in animals, and in plants sense organs are absent. And here respiratory organs are present into the animals, but in plants gaseous exchange takes place through cell surface or stomata or lenticels in higher groups. Excretory organs are also present, and higher animals reproduce sexually, and in plants no special excretory system is present and plants reproduce asexually. This one is the classification of animal kingdom, students. So animal are the cellular level of organism and tissue level of organism. So cellular level, that is porifera, no body cavity between epidermis and gastrodermis, and coelenterata and platyhelminthes are there, and pseudocoelom, where is false coelom, that is nematoda, and coelomata, the coelom formed from pouches pinched off from the ectoderms. And non-chordates, here non-chords, that means non-chordata, they here, so notochord and notochord present and absent on this basis. So there is no notochord, that is echinodermata, and notochord where is present, that is chordata, and this chordata is further divided into here notochord present at least here larval form but very rudimentary, and here notochord replaced by vertebral column in adults. So next one is the main classification, that is advanced classification of this chordata, that is vertebrata. So vertebrata, that exoskeletal of here scales, endoskeleton of bones, cartilage, that is found into the pisces. So that is divided into fishes, amphibians, reptiles, apes and mammalia. Students, now next thing is here the cell number. So if only one cell is present there, so that organism is called unicellular, and if number of cells are there, that means more than one cells, that is called the multicellular. And germ layers, if only two germ layers, so that is ectoderm and endoderms. And here in the animals is called the diploblastic, and if there is three germ layers, that are called the triploblastic, epidermis, endodermis and mesodermis. These three germ layers will be there. So you will note it, epidermis, mesodermis and endodermis. Next one is body cavity, students. So when true body cavity is absent, so animal is called acoelomate. Okay, now animal, if there is true body cavity, that is coelomate, and the body cavity if not linked with mesoderm, that is called the pseudocoelomate. So acoelomate, coelomate and pseudocoelomate, it is very important. Okay, now next one is symmetry. So many animals are asymmetrical and some are symmetrical. So symmetry is the repetition of part around an axis or on opposite sides of any plane, so that equal halves are formed by the division along the axis. Okay, now radially symmetrical, bilateral symmetrical segmentation is also there present. So Students, segmentation, so the linear repetition of the body part, that is called the segmentation, and each segment is called the somoid or metamers. Now next one is appendages. It is the movable projection part of the body which has an active function in locomotion, feeding, etc. And a skeleton, that gives the shape of the body, and skeletal found inside the body, that is called the endoskeleton, and if skeletal found outside the body, that is called the exoskeleton. Students, next one is here sexto animals may be dioecious, that means they having male and female both, and monoecious also, in which animals possess. Here in dioecious, which sexes are separate, in dioecious there are male and female are different, and in monoecious, mono means one. So if there will be presence of male and female in one, so that is called the dioecious. Students, types of symmetry and axis, planes and regions in animals' bodies. You are seeing here bilateral. So number of things you are seeing in this figure. So students, next point is animals which lay eggs, that are called the oviparous, and which give birth to the new baby, that is called the viviparous. So these terminologies are very important to you. Hope that you will prepare the notes of these terminologies and you will learn it properly, and the remaining portion we will discuss in our next video. Till then, thank you everyone.